Hello, my name is Sever Krechorowicz and I am creator of Lovecraft Tales game, and I am also main game artist and game designer. Lovecraft Tales is adventure game set in world created by famous horror and weird fiction writer Howard Phillips Lovecraft. We've been developing it for quite long time. It's in a quite advanced state, really. So it's about 1.5 years of serious development, real serious. There was about a year of concept and design phase before it was a bit loose, but generally we put in this game really lot of time and effort. So I know that some of you don't know who was this Lovecraft guy. So I'm going to give you a quick explanation, but if you want to know more, there are plenty of sources over internet. I'm not a literary critic. So H.P. Lovecraft basically created a genre called Lovecraftian horror. It's not like regular horror, it's a bit different. It's not about fight between good and evil. It's more depressing, more misanthropic. It's about insignificance of humanity in the universe. Because Lovecraftian universe is filled with different beings and deities that are far more powerful and more intelligent than human beings, and not necessarily friendly. It's also about hopelessness and about fragility of human nature and human sanity. Because when Lovecraftian protagonist finally discovers hideous truth about the universe and what lies beneath the layer of common reality that we all know, he loses his mind, because human nature can't stand it. And also it leaves some questions unanswered, and that's why it's so appealing for me personally, because it leaves a lot of space for imagination. Lovecraft Tales is a point-and-click game, but it's not just another point-and-click game, because we added some cream on top of that genre and some features that we believe are innovative in this particular case. Like, for example, we have implemented fully dynamic day and night cycle, day and night, which makes our world more living, more believable, more immersive. Also, we have non-linear story, and what does it mean in our case? It means that you as a player can go wherever you want to go, do whatever you want to do. Of course, you have some limitations, but you don't have to follow strict paths from one quest to another, from one quest to another, and that's how most of modern games are done. So it's quite different in our case. It's about freedom of exploration. Also, you will only reveal part of story, not whole. It will depend which part. It will depend on how you play, on your style, because maybe you are focused on jumping into some action, or maybe you want to know more, you want to dig deeper, you want to read carefully all notes and know more about the whole story background. So it will depend on you. So you can download playable prototype from our website, which is lovecrafttales.com, and you can find it by yourself, and you can get a taste of what we are preparing for next release, because that's why I'm talking to you right now, and that's why we are launching this campaign, because we want to fund releasing first episode of game. So to do it, we need to have a complete story for this first episode. If you played our prototype, you know that there are a lot of background events, a lot of notes explaining past events that you will find in game, but there is actually not much happening in game time. So it's quite static, and yeah, I know it's quite boring, but that's why it's vital to change it. So we want to fill it with content, with gameplay, with meat. So you will have some turning points in story, and you will have a completed story with beginning and with end. It's most important. And next important thing is simplifying navigation in interiors, because that's based on feedback that you gave to us, because most of you find it too confusing and too overcomplicated for such simple structures. And I must agree with you, because it was designed this way, it was intentional design, but sometimes ideas that look well on paper don't translate well to gameplay. So it was one of these ideas. Next thing is depth, and you will probably agree with me that it's a quite important feature in horror game, because it will create tension. But because when you know that you can die in every moment, it will make you mindful of every step that you take and every decision that you make, because it can have consequences. So, next important thing is cutscenes. And it's important because it will draw you into actual story. It will introduce you to protagonist and to how everything began. So when you look at our budget, which is $15,000, please don't expect fancy Hollywood movies with tons of effects, because I am trying to be realistic and keep it simple, because simple is doable. Next very important thing for me is user interface, because it's outdated. It was designed long time ago with mindset on mobile game, but we turned out to be something completely different, so it's not relevant any longer. So we need to redesign it completely from scratch. And basically we want to get rid of as much interface as possible, so you will have no unnecessary communication, no unnecessary icons in your way. So you will focus on game, on play screen, and we want to make it as immersive as possible thanks to that. So last but not least is dialogues, because in a few key locations you will be able to talk to some characters, and depending on how you run this conversation, you will have different output. You will learn different part of story. So that's how our basic plan looks like, but there is always a but. We can't do it without your support. And especially I personally can't do it without your support, because for the last 1.5 of year I dedicated most of my work time to development of this game. And of course I had other paid activities, but it was not enough to cover all expenses. So in the result I just can't spend any more time on developing game. I can't afford it now. So that's why I'm kindly asking you to fund us, to fund my salary during this development time, and to fund outsourcing that is always needed on things like, for example, translations, like animation, and like voiceovers. So they are always necessary. So if you think that this game has potential, and if you really like it, I encourage you to contribute, because we prepared some really nice perks for you, and I really put time and effort to make it as valuable as possible, to give you as much as it is possible now. So so thank you for watching me, and thank you for your time. And if you really like it, you know what to do. Thank you.